What's going on, muscle monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and in this video I'm going to give you what is, in my opinion, the best weight gain diet for skinny guys. If you are someone who struggles to either eat enough to gain weight and build muscle, or just struggles to gain weight in general, then this is where I would highly recommend that you started when you begin your muscle building journey. Okay, a lot of the times what happens is we get so caught up in all of the intricate details, how many carbs, how much fat, how much protein, how many meals per day, when should I eat my meals, that we end up actually doing nothing. So with the approach that I'm going to share today, which is the approach that I have coined the Ballpark Method, and you'll understand why in a second, I'm going to make this a lot simpler for anyone who is in the beginning of their fitness journey and needs to ensure that they're eating enough to gain weight, particularly if you're a hard gainer or naturally skinny guy. So first things first, if you haven't already, make sure to grab your free copy of my book. Yes, I'm gonna mail you this book. It's over 230 pages or so, and I've already paid for the book. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. So if you are serious about your results, then all you got to do is pay the shipping. I'll send it to you anywhere in the world, and the book is yours, okay? And the Ballpark Method is actually one of the strategies, one of the many strategies that I lay out in this book. And so the Ballpark Method is pretty simple. You're going to take your body weight in pounds and you're going to multiply it by 20. And the reason that we use 20 rather than 16 or 14 is because this is more than likely going to ensure that you're in a surplus. 9 times out of 10, 20 times body weight in pounds is enough to put you in a positive energy balance, which is the aim when we're trying to gain weight. Usually I would recommend to start at about 16 and then taper your calories up as needed. But again, because this is the Ballpark Method and because you are a naturally skinny guy and you don't really have to worry about eating in too high of a surplus, right? Because we're not really worried about getting fat, right? And especially in the beginning of our fitness journey, this approach works. Now, if you're someone who's been training for years, right, and you've already built a solid foundation, then I probably wouldn't recommend this approach. All right, so again, body weight in pounds times 20, and that's the number of calories that you're gonna be consuming on a daily basis. But here's the kicker. You're not gonna worry about how many carbs, how much fat, and how much protein. And the reason is very simple. When you're eating that many calories, you're gonna get enough protein, you're gonna get enough fat, and obviously you're gonna have enough carbs to fuel your workouts. So we're not gonna worry about those details because the reality is that they don't really matter when you're eating that much. When you're eating that much, you're also not gonna have a problem with getting your macronutrients, right? Your vitamins and your minerals, as long as you're keeping a mindful eye and ensuring that you're having fruits and vegetables in your diet. So here's how it's gonna work. You're gonna create a schedule for yourself. Let's say you know, hey, I can eat 4 times a day, and you know what times you'll be able to sit down and have a meal. Okay, that's gonna be your schedule. And the reason you wanna have a schedule is so that you're not just aimlessly going about the day being reactive. If you do that, then it's gonna be hard to hit your calories consistently, because on some days you might realize, hey, it's 6 p.m. and all I've had today is a peanut butter sandwich, and then you gotta pack all those calories into a few hours left in the day. Okay, we don't want that to happen. We wanna be on a schedule so that we are essentially training our metabolism. When it's 12, we're hungry, we know it's time to eat because we are predictively eating at these times. So that's the first thing you're gonna do. The next thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna start eating at those times with your calories in mind. For example, when you have breakfast, I don't want you to worry about, weighing everything or putting everything into an app. I simply want you to look at the nutrition facts, look at the bread, how many calories in the bread, how many calories on the eggs, how many calories in the ham, okay? How many calories in the orange juice. And then I want you to basically add all that up, say it's 500 calories, and I want you to subtract that 500 from your 2,000 or 3,000 or however many calories you're gonna be consuming. So if you're on a 3,000 calorie diet and you just knocked out roughly, right, it's a ballpark, about 500 calories, then okay, I've got 2,500 left. Next meal rolls around, you've got your 2 peanut butter sandwiches, so you calculate how much bread, or how many calories total in all the bread, how many calories total in the peanut butter. Okay, say it's 600. Now you're gonna subtract that 600 from your 2,500. Now you're at 1,900. And you're basically going to do that until you're at 0. Again, this is a very simple method, but it is very effective because, again, you're not gonna have to weigh your meals. You're not gonna have to worry about whether or not you're getting enough fat or proteins because, again, you're eating in such a high amount of calories, or such a high amount of calories rather, that's not going to be an issue. Protein intake is not going to be an issue. Energy in the gym is not going to be an issue. Getting enough fat, right, for our hormones, for example, is not going to be an issue. We're not going to have to worry that the fats are too low when you're eating 20 times body weight. Same with protein. You're not going to have to worry that you're not getting enough protein when you're eating 20 times your body weight. And I also don't want you to worry too much about being so accurate by weighing everything out. I just want you to look at the nutrition facts, eyeball everything, get a guesstimate of how many calories, and aim to hit as many calories as you need. Now, there's one more thing that I would add to this, just to make sure, okay, is that you are, while you're following this method, you're also tracking your weight daily. And I know you guys are probably sick of hearing me say this, but it's imperative. Without this data, you'll never know what adjustments to make. On the other hand, if you do have this data, then it's always going to be one simple tweak to get you back into that surplus and growing again. So weigh yourself every single day and get an average at the end of every week. And as long as that average is going up, then you're good. But as soon as it stalls and you're not gaining weight anymore, then you know, okay, I'll just add 250 calories to my 3,000. So now instead of 3,000, it might be 3,250, for example, and you continue with the Ballpark method. And I'd probably suggest that you run with this method for a good 3 to 6 months, especially if you're a naturally skinny guy. So that's it. That's the Ballpark method. That is what is, in my opinion, the best weight gain diet for skinny guys. And if you're a naturally skinny guy like me who finds it hard to gain weight and build muscle, I want to give you my book, Bulk Up Fast. Again, the book's already been paid for. Just cover the shipping costs. The link will be in the description. Go there, tell me where to send it, and I'll deliver it wherever you live in the world. All right? Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk in the next one. Peace.